60% of new drivers have had driver education. During their first year, new drivers without driver education have probability 0.08 of having an accident. But new drivers with driver education have only a 0.05 probability of an accident. What is the probability a new driver has had driver education given that the driver has had no accident the first year? First, understand events. How many events we should consider? 60% of new drivers have had driver education. Therefore, I use event A, a new driver who has had driver education. Then probability of A equals 60%, that means 0.6. Next, you see asking what is the probability a new driver has had driver education given that the driver has had no accident the first year. Therefore, I use B, new driver who has had an accident in his first year. Right. Now write down the probabilities we have. Yes, what are the given probabilities? Again, read this. During the first year, new drivers without driver education have probability 0.08 of having an accident. So, who has having an accident, right? Therefore, probability, they are given the probability of having an accident. Yes, we have, that is the probability of B. Then given, why? We already know the new driver without driver education. New driver without driver education is what? New driver who has had driver education is A. Therefore, this should be A complement. This equal 0.08. Next, new driver with driver education have only a 0.05 probability of an accident. Again, it is the probability of accident given, but this time A, because A is the new driver who has had driver education, right? So this equal 0.05. So these are the only information we have. Next, go to the question. So what is the question they are asking? What is the probability a new driver has had driver education? That means probability of A, they are asking driver education, but you see given that. Therefore, next one should be conditional, right? Condition. The driver has had no accident in the first year. So, no accident is complement. So, this is the probability we need to find. So, what is the equation? Conditional probability equation. This is probability A intersection B complement divided by probability of B complement. So what is the B? Who has had an accident? Then B complement is no accident, right? But think about this, because we don't have this information. Okay, so then probability A intersection B complement. Let me explain this over here. Probability B complement given A equal probability of A intersection B complement divided by probability of A. So you see this is the numerator of here of our equation. You see this one, right? Probability of A given B complement, right? So using this we can write probability A intersection B complement equal probability of A times probability of B complement given A. So we can plug this to over here, we can write probability of A times probability of B complement given A. Why I write down that? Because we don't have this information. Therefore, I write this, then we can use given information to find this. I will explain in a minute. Our next one is probability of B complement. How do we find the probability of B complement? Yes, probability of B complement. Look at this, because we have two groups. One has had the driver education. I say that is driver education, that is B, and other one has they don't have driver education. Therefore, this is B complement, right? Right. Actually, it is not B, driver education. It is A, and this should be A complement. Right. In this group, we have both cases. We have driver who has had an accident, right, in his first year. I used that like this, so that is the B. Okay, so we need probability of B complement. Therefore, we do have B complement in the both cases. So we can write probability of B complement equal probability of A group intersection B complement plus probability of A complement group intersection B complement. Okay. So using this, we can write, using actually conditional probability equation, we can write probability A intersection B complement is probability B complement given A times probability of A. Plus, similarly, this one can be written probability B complement given A complement times probability of A complement. Okay, so I use conditional probability equation. So then I can use that over here, probability B complement given A times probability of A plus probability of B complement A complement times probability of A complement. Now we know the probability of A, but we don't know probability of B complement given A. So how do we find the probability of B complement given A? Probability of B complement given A equal 1 minus probability of B given A. We have that over here. So we can write 1 minus probability of B given A is 0.05. Therefore, this is 0.95. So now we can plug the numbers. Probability of A equal 0.6 and probability of B complement given A equal 0.95 divided by, now you can use the same values for the first one at the denominator, but how do we find the probability of B complement given A complement? Actually, same way what we use for the first one, B complement given A complement equal 1 minus probability B given A complement. So 1 minus B given A complement is given 0.08. Answer is 0.92. Therefore, we can use 0.92 here, and then probability of A complement. We know probability of A is 6.6, 60%. Therefore, probability of A complement should be 1 minus 0.6, which is 0.4. So simplify this, we can get 0.6077. That is the probability a new driver has had driver education given that the driver has had no accident in the first day.